Buddy, here on Friday night, the 26th of February, it's time to do Ken's 94. What are we betting? Are we doing round robins? Nah, we're going to talk about some interesting picks, and we're gonna do it here with Elena because as somebody pointed out in the comments of the video previously, I believe Elena's pick won in the video in which she was like, oh, which pick was she? She won, and so she's back. Now, does that mean we're going to win every single time with Elena? No, hold on. No, maybe not. We have to make sure that we know what we're doing, right? Okay, how many picks are we going to make today in basketball, Elena? Oh gosh, I did it too fast. We're going to do 2. That's right. We're going to do 2 today. So let's talk cutout. People are fun. By the way, here's how you do that. You get to choose everything. We're going to have an Elena pick. Excuse me. We're going to have Elena. Ooh, what is this, Shreyra? No. Let's keep looking for people. Kesha, do they have a Karen? Oh my God, do they have a Karen? Let's find out. No Karens. Yep. Because that would become the butt of every joke. Marcy. Okay, Marcy. Marcy's going to be our other pick because she's, you know why? She's doing her homework. That's why. So this will be Marcy's homework pick. Where'd she go? There you are, Marcy. Okay, exactly. So we got 2 picks today. We've got Elena and Marcy. Now, Elena is our tried and true, and Marcy is our new person who's doing homework. So what's our tried and true pick today in college basketball? Well, I just sorted this by spread cover, and the reason why I did this descending by spread cover is our point projections are doing pretty okay. I cannot complain about how they're doing. So I wanted to look top down saying, well, we got some big spread covers. That means we think some teams are going to win heavily and the spread isn't that bad. And you have Missouri State on the road against Evansville. Spread's only -4.5. That's a pretty interesting pick. I had talked about some other picks today, but there wasn't any real strong ones that I can remember from last night, except for this Drake versus Bradley because Bradley is hurting. So this is kind of the, this is actually the, what was her name again? Oh, I can't remember. Marcy? Yes. Marcy's pick is a little bit more Drake over Bradley, as opposed to Elena's, I guess, Missouri State at -200 if you like the money line, but really we're talking about spreads here. So it's Missouri -4.5 to try to get your even money almost. That's kind of what it likes top down because none of these spreads are, so there's this Lafayette against Little Rock, but the margin is lower and the power is lower. So this is a reasonable Missouri State -4.5. I'll call that Elena's pick. Are you cool with that, Elena? Yes, you are. Okay, bye-bye. Now Marcy, on the other hand, you're really digging down and looking for data. Elena's here to have a good time. Marcy's here to dig through the numbers. She's got her clipboard out. She's taking notes. So Bradley's hurting. So if we're going to, in the spirit of Marcy, let's look at the injury report for Bradley to make sure that those are real injuries and those people are actually not playing. Oh my goodness, suspensions all over the place. Wait a minute, they're returning on this day though? Uh-oh. Does that mean they're playing today? I don't know the answer to this. I don't know the, all right. I don't know the answer to this. They might be returning today, in which case, I think they are. Let's trust the. We haven't even talked about hockey yet. Let's trust the injury report that the people are playing today. We could look it up online, but I really don't have time for that. So let's assume that this is wrong right now, and that those players are actually playing, and we could show what kind of impact that would have by actually changing this. So let's make some manual adjustments to the injury report and literally just remove these people off the list. Now the guy with the foot, let's leave him on because he's actually hurt. The other guys, let's get rid of. And then if we refresh the injury report sheet here and then go back to here, you'll see that Bradley, after we refresh this, is now at a 94%, which means that this is not as good of a pick as I thought. Thank you, Marcy, for making us do our homework. So Marcy's like, I'm sorry, Ken, but we cannot do Bradley. Okay, well, no Bradley. Well, then let's look around some more. Any good line? I hate looking at lines. She's looking for data, right? What is she saying? She's saying weak opponent health. She's saying strong power. Let's do our filter thing again like I did the other day. Let's insist on taking a good team, which means a team that is above, in my opinion, I would say above 50, but we'll go above 40%. Okay? A team that is a strong team. That filters out to just these games right here. And the lines here are mixed bag, but you can kind of say we don't do anything Loyola, we don't do anything St. Bonaventure because that's a 13-point line. It's just too much. Although it does say take it. Marcy does say take St. Bonaventure minus 13.5 here. It's actually the one with the highest spread cover. So this would be my own personal bias about taking games that have big point spreads. Here's Purdue on the road against Penn State. Good team. Penn State's pretty good, but Purdue's also pretty good. And you get them plus 1.5. Richmond, St. Louis, but that's in St. Louis, and it's such a low margin. Cal Santa Barbara is minus 148 on the road. Says they win by 8, but they're on the road. And these are bad lines and bad spreads down here. So in order to take a good team, you either want to do what I just said at the beginning, which I'm fighting this because I don't like 13.5, but it is Marcy's saying the margin is huge and the power strength is good, and they're supposed to win by 22, and we're supposed to take St. Bonaventure minus 13.5. Is that the case, Marcy? Marcy? Oh, not shapes, icons. Marcy, is that what we're doing? I think we are. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so St. Bonaventure, and Elena's pick was Missouri State minus 4.5. Let's talk hockey for a second. We don't have cutout hockey people. Now, there's something, or 7 minutes in, you're going to get a reward if you watch this. So here's a sneaky thing that just happened. It's Hunter Miska against Aiden Hill. This sounds like a fight between two residents of Nunavut, or the Northwest Territories. This seems like two Eskimos fighting it out because these goaltending percentages are terrible. And these guys don't play a lot. And Colorado is hungry for a win, in my opinion, and has some offensive power that has not woken up much at all this season. I bet you this game goes over like you wouldn't believe. Because Arizona's offense has been decent, but they're throwing in Aiden Hill, who is like kind of like when they pull that goalie out of the stands because both goalies are hurt or out of town, and they have the emergency goalie rule. Aiden Hill is about at that percentage at a 48, meaning you're better off putting a shooter in there. Shooter. So this over here is an enormous pick. I mean, who is that? Let's cut somebody out for that type of pick. This is the type of pick where something changed at the last minute with goalies. And because we caught it, you want the over still at 5, and yeah, it's a foo pick. That's right, it's a foo pick. It's F everybody else. Because foo's like, hey, look at this. Foo is like, oh my God, you see this? He's like, do you see these goaltending percentages? Yeah, Foo's right. Like the over is still at 5.5. 5.5 is probably one of the best over/under bets I have seen this season. It says there's going to be 7.7 goals, and why wouldn't there be with that? So that is huge. That is a great pick. That is a Foo pick. We're only bringing Foo out for stuff like that. Now, the other games, Boston probably wins this game against the Rangers, but the line's consistent with reality here, and there isn't a lot of value either way, and it could end up 3-2, and they might not cover 1.5. So I actually hate this game in many ways, but Boston probably wins. LA and Minnesota, on the other hand, I love this game. If Quick plays, then you've got them potentially winning 3-2-ish because Cam Talbot is playing instead of Minnesota's other goalie, and that favors LA that's been playing decent right now. Minnesota's not been playing very well. So I think actually they did win a game like 6-2 recently, but they're iffy. I like LA's chances here, and I like the plus 150 line, which is distorted in my opinion. So when I talk about the bets that I'm going to make, I made an alternate over bet on this game of over 7 at plus 320, I think it was. And I'm going to hope that the Colorado-Arizona game explodes early for goals, and they have like 6 goals in the first 2 periods. And I can either cash out my over 7 for, double my money or more, but it's going to pay 320 if this game goes like 8 goals or more. And it's and it pushes at 7. So that I thought is a fun bet. Boston Rangers you stay away from, and you take LA on the money line as a straight bet, and you hope they get out to the lead and potentially cash that out early, or just watch them try to win and win at plus 150. So those were my 2 big main bets for hockey. And then in college basketball, I hadn't done them yet because we needed to see what Marcy and Elena could say. And I guess I'll do that Missouri State minus 4.5 and St. Bonaventure minus 13.5, even though that's way outside my comfort zone. But it's things that are supposed to happen according to the algorithm by spread cover. And those teams have good margins too. So that's the Ken's 94 10-minute deal right there. And subscribe if you want to get access to these so that you can do this yourself. All right, good luck, everybody.